Welcome everybody to episode 27 of With the Grain of Salt podcast. Left to right, we're starting roll call.
Amanda.
America.
Eddie.
Howdy, Andrea.
Yeah, Eric.
Remember everything we talk about today, we're not experts in any of those things, so take what we say with a grain of salt. We're just a bunch of morons.
There you go.
So what has happened? Oh wait.
Oh gosh, everyone.
It's been like how long since you guys came on? It was like
Institution.
3 or 4 weeks?
Yes.
Right?
Been a while.
What's happened since then?
Well, I just blinked and then we're doing this again.
Yeah,
So,
pretty much.
you know.
I mean, the last couple, few, we've been like sleeping through it. I'm just like, welcome. But
Tired but committed.
Yeah,
y'all
I'm
are just-
surprised. Y'all really do it every week.
They're just busy, like, and I can't stay up that late to do it.
the first one we did, it was us at midnight, and then we were like, fuck that, we want sleep.
No.
So we woke up like at 8, and it took
I
us
went
like
back to sleep.
3 hours to set everything up.
So it was really in the morning. Holy
It really was in the morning.
shit!
Yeah.
We're not gonna be like, hey, it's 8 o'clock p.m. Good morning.
on a Saturday.
On Saturday.
Oh, okay. So I wouldn't have been able to make it.
We had a little sleepover,
Aww.
pillow fights and everything.
Sleepover
Do
with
you guys
the
sleep
bros.
on the couch? Yeah, when guys sleep over, like, is it one gets the couch and you get the bed, or you guys double bed it?
Like Step Brothers?
Okay, not even no bunk bed, but like actually, like is it like, oh, here's the couch, bro, or is it
That'd be
like
super lit, super dumb.
Go cuddle with me.
You get the couch, I'll get the ottoman. It is comfortable though. Like,
Wait, so
Me,
guys
so
sleep
what's
together
your
or what?
answer?
no.
You don't? Someone couches it?
What?
Yeah, he'll couch it.
Yeah, I'll got you.
It's a very comfortable couch. Like if anything, every time he comes in, whether it's like late at night or it's like
No.
we're full of energy, if we're not doing anything, he'll go straight for the couch and lie down.
Deadass.
And I have to
Like
stop
that.
you every time from falling asleep.
Guess that's fair. Nah, girls, I mean, I don't mind somebody sleeping in my bed.
Same.
Well, I remember
Let's just bed it.
she was like, she brought up this whole thing at work, the whole,
Oh
do you
my
kiss your
God.
homies goodnight?
Everyone
my
made fun
God.
of me. No, I just said you guys kiss your homies, and everyone was like, "You fucking kiss your homies." I was like, "Yes."
I think it's a girls thing though. Guys take it way too personally, and there's
Well-
always stigma.
Yes, exactly.
I kiss the homies.
The guy-
I do be kissing them. I will kiss the homies.
This one
Tonight.
guy, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind me bringing up his name, but John he would always be like, hey, Eddie,
He's in
so
the
when,
comments
like,
after.
he would always be like, when are you gonna give me a kiss goodnight?
No, but he would actually no. He's the one that gave me the most shit about it, but he's the one that will like.
Actually do
Ask-
it. He's always the
No,
one
you
all
think
done
so?
that will kiss the homies.
He was sending me shit at your party. He was like, "I'm not gonna kiss me, Layla, Lexi, and freaking Elsa were trying to make him kiss his homies." We're like,
They're
"Kiss."
like, grab his head, kiss.
No kiss, no kiss.
But he's the one that would always be like, "Eddie, when are you gonna give me kiss goodnight?"
I'm like, I'm ready
So
to
he's a liar.
Fired.
fired. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
So you wanted to talk about something, Eric? Something that happened pretty recently.
Current events, if you
Everyone's
may.
talking about it. Current events.
Ba-ba-ba.
Is Travis Scott the devil?
Okay, so I heard about the whole situation at the concert, but you're the first person I hear to talk about the devil.
Are you not on the internet?
Yeah, actually,
Dude, I've been sleeping. I've been catching up on sleep.
At first I thought like, okay, yeah, people pass out at the concert, they're dehydrated and whatnot, you know, people are gonna pass out. And of course he always was a rager, people kind of bum rush the stage. So of course there's gonna be a stampede.
Of course, no one's gonna get trampled and
Of course,
die. And
of course.
fucking...
But then they're all like, no, did you see like how the
Yeah.
stage was and how
All the videos resurfaced.
All the eyes on his like poster too.
it's like
Like, wait.
Illuminati or something like that? I was like, okay, maybe they're onto something.
I gotta see this.
Small
Look- look
segue
at that.
though.
I mean,
Look
it's,
this up.
it's on the, it's
Dude,
everywhere,
like-
actually.
There's this whole stigma about everybody who is famous is part of the Illuminati.
I don't think everybody, but there's like a good amount of.
Wow.
But like, do y'all think that's a thing?
Okay, this thing
What
just came
is
up
the
for me.
Illuminati?
like a cult.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, I don't know how many documentaries I've watched on them, but I didn't think we'd talk about this, so I didn't like gather my thoughts.
Where's
So
Alan
I
when
start-
we need him?
Yeah, this time we need Alan because he'd be a lot better at this than I would.
You know he's watching like, I told you.
I knew
He's
it.
in the comments, the Illuminati.
Confirmed.
If only we're doing this live.
Oh, man.
So, I'm just gonna go images.
Devil does that. 3 words. Travis Scott.
The
Devil.
devil.
Like this.
Yeah, they're saying how.
Like, search up TikTok. Because those are, like, super...
Oh, can we watch? I don't know. I've
I don't-
heard that like his stage, it's just like a center, it's like a
sideways
portal.
cross
to-
going into a portal.
A gateway to
How
hell.
many
I
fucking
guess.
stages have had this
Yeah.
setup though?
And the stage is like they were saying an inverted cross, but I mean that's like it makes sense.
Even
for-
then, an inverted cross is a sign of like I think it was one of the saints. So it's not even a demonic. It's not even a demonic symbol. So everyone's like inverted cross. Like it's not a demonic symbol. Like I don't know why.
I don't know about all of this like he's the devil type stuff, but I do think it's fucked up on his part how it went down.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
When people were saying that, like, he wasn't able to hear them, but dude, you could see, like, right in front of
Well,
him.
in videos, he was singing and like looking down directly at someone getting carried out on the ambulance. and
Yeah, there's
it's
someone I
so
know.
obvious.
There's someone I know that's performed in front of like a huge crowd, not this big, but he was telling me he's like, yeah, like people think like that people like mend together like it's all just one mass of people, but what the fuck?
Oh, the t-shirt he's wearing?
Okay. People think it's like a one mass of people, but it's like no. If you look through it, you can make people out. Like you can
Yeah,
find
you
your
can
loved
see, yeah.
ones, and like so. Like I'm pretty sure he would have been able to see something, and especially with the crowd yelling like "Stop the show!"
Yeah. Well, people were going
The
on
show.
stage. That's the craziest part, and the staff were like, "Get down!" Like
I think
shooing them away.
I think they defunct the whole like somebody was running around with a syringe poking people.
Was that true?
I
think
think
it
they
was.
defunct it.
Mhm.
Like they said that wasn't the. They confirmed it wasn't true. Like the police were like, no, nobody got like
The security
surprise AIDS.
the security guard that this happened to, I think they said that he says that he got hit really hard. He just remembered knocking out.
And they said mosquito.
Yeah, but they're saying that he got like injected with like some drugs, but I think that's what
Maybe
they
just
said.
like one person, if anything.
Mhm.
One person says something and everybody believes it. Sounds like the rally.
I think
It's
it's like
everywhere.
a cover up. Like he just tripped on the shoes and knocked himself.
He's like, no, there
Oh,
was
I
a
got
syringe.
hit.
There was a syringe.
Or he just went down a little too fast and boom. He's like, oh, they fucking hit me. They injected me with shit.
The only way I could have gone down is if they injected me.
I bet that's what happened.
I still can't believe there's some people defending him.
Yeah.
He can't take all the responsibility though. Like it's got to be like his management team and everything else. Like he's just there to.
I mean, sure, but as the one that can get everybody's attention at an
Yeah,
instant,
It's so easy to be like, everybody calm down, just scoot back, or just like,
there's been
let's fix this.
a whole bunch of like different videos that come up of different concerts where people be like, hey, stop the fucking show, hold on, pick that guy up, he needs help. And
Yeah.
they'll stop the whole thing, let him get back up. He's like, come on guys, we need to be safe and all this other stuff. And then everyone's like,
Yeah, there's
why
that,
can't
and
Travis
then there's
Scott do
also Kanye stopping the whole show for a
Stand
little guy
up.
in the wheelchair to stand up.
it? Show some respect and stand up. And he's like, I don't even have legs to stand on.
He's like, he's like,
Poor bastard.
He's like, I'm walking out of here if this guy doesn't stand up.
The
Everybody's like,
fucking
"Ooh."
miracle. You know what? He just walks away like. So would you say he is the asshole in this situation?
Very much so.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to say yes.
yes.
He would be
Even
the
if he wasn't
asshole.
able to fix it, he could have at least tried and been
Yeah.
like,
Well, 'cause-
yo, you stopped the music. He didn't even like pause between songs.
Yeah, paramedics were trying to get there, and
And there's a video where he's like, yo, everyone shut up, right? And he's like, can we take a look at all those guys? There were like 2 guys on a tree. And he's like, can we take a look at those guys? Like, respect for them. Like, they got on the tree. Like, you could see these 2 fucking guys on the tree, but you can't see this freaking girl. over here
mad
getting all-
respect to the tree people.
Like-
Fuck yeah.
he's like,
So stupid. It's just
I think
stupid.
I saw videos of them like climbing the ambulance too.
yeah, like they weren't letting the ambulance go through the crowd. There's also Kylie Jenner posted that she was there and there was an ambulance in the crowd, and she posted a freaking Instagram story.
Fucking ambulance just plows through the crowd. Hold on, we gotta get through. These guys are
We
hurt.
gotta
She's
save
like,
these
she's like
people.
recording like, oh yeah, I'm over here like watching Travis Scott, and there's like a freaking ambulance in the middle.
Oh yeah, I saw that video. She's like, hey, this concert's lit, and then you said,
Did you guys see the video of Stormy?
Yeah.
She's like,
I feel like it's going around. She's like, yeah.
her and Kylie are getting out of the crowd, and Stormy's like,
No idea.
she has no idea what's going on.
I saw this
How
tweet and
cool
it was
is
like,
gonna
man, Stormy's not even that cute. And someone quoted and was like, what the fuck this kid got into bro? Like, she had nothing to do with this.
Did you guys see Kanye tweeted out like a couple years ago? He's like, that bitch Stormy ain't shit or something
I don't
like
fuck with that bitch
I don't
Stormy.
fuck with that bitch Stormy. What? This girl is like,
Yeah.
That's us.
But no, but it's fucked up because I think now it's 9 people. It's confirmed 9 people have died,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is sad and it sucks, and I can't believe that has happened. And
But
of
like
course,
people are saying, how is it just 8 people that died that day? Like there should have been more.
imagine dying to sicko mode.
That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine
Going
out,
out.
being like, oh, I'm so hyped because like how excited. If I was going to Travis Scott, I would be hyped too. And then imagine it ended up like that, I would be like, what the hell?
Going out and freaking
That would be the last thing I would think. Of.
Drake is singing "Too Sexy for You." At the
Yeah, you're
you're like, too sexy.
You're like, well, I guess it is a good time.
oh man.
I'd be like, nope.
And everyone's gonna be afraid to go to concerts now.
A little bit. And COVID's so happening, there shouldn't even be concerts of that magnitude anyways.
That's gonna be the discussion. Be like, what song do you want to die to?
On
Like,
this
who would you go
segment,
see?
Special
uh,
request. Jesus Christ.
Step on me. My song's on.
Oh god.
Sorry. Sorry.
Too soon. Too soon.
No.
I should have said this. I kind of woke up and chose violence today. We walked to the Dollar General to buy some stuff.
Oh boy.
And I fucking laid into this girl.
Can't
I can't say what I said,
no.
but
Can't have any peace. Can't be happy.
can't have any peace.
I will say I'm kind of proud of how quick I came up with that shit.
And every time he's like, oh, so proud, so proud. I was like, oh, I'm just waiting for me to figure out another one.
Everyone's like, stop talking. Everyone's like, we're actually leaving. There's no need to kick us out. Just the chip stinks.
So you have your Am I the Asshole topic?
Yes, I do.
Since you haven't been on, we haven't had one of those in a while.
Yeah, because I don't even think that last episode that I was on, I don't think we said one. Or maybe we did. I don't know. Still feels like it's been a while.
Oh, that was the one where the girl was like, they were showing a video at the party. It's like,
Oh,
the hangout.
yes.
Oh yeah.
And then she was like, stressed, like, it triggered her or something. And she's
The
mad.
party. I was there.
Alright, but
Drum roll.
yeah. Alright, ready to start for Am I the Asshole? Alright.
Yes.
Woo!
I thought of a graphic for this.
No, we don't want the graphic.
Oh.
But for anybody who's not familiar with Am I the Asshole, it's a little segment where I read from the Am I the Asshole subreddit. Where people post these stories about they want to know if, oh, in this situation, was I the asshole? Were they the asshole? Was nobody the asshole? Or everyone the asshole? And blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that. So today, I want to hear everyone's thoughts on this one. So am I the asshole for going off on my sister-in-law after she insisted on taking my husband with her as her +1 to her friend's wedding?
What?
Okay.
That's a lot to digest.
That's
Wait,
kind of
wait,
sus.
what?
Without any details, that's kind of sus.
Say what is?
What?
Without any details, I'm like,
It's
Say it
okay.
one more time. One more time.
Is this person the asshole for going off on his I think his.
His.
just read it like how it says.
Am I the asshole for going off on my sister-in-law after she insisted on taking my husband with her as her +1 to her friend's wedding? So this person's a female. She's the wife. She's married to a husband. Their sister-in-law was married to her the husband's brother. Yeah, it'll explain more. Just
I think
listen.
that
Just listen
confused
up.
me.
Yeah.
So
I'm
basically-
sorry.
Yeah.
Wait.
Let's say
Are they friends? So like, America took my husband as a plus one.
No. So
Just-
it's
It'll explain better when I read.
Okay.
If we have any questions, you can just stop and ask me. I will.
no. I'm trying to read the title again. The sister-in-law. Oh, okay.
so my
Never mind.
sister-in-law's husband.
Just hold up. I'll read it. I'll read it.
Ah!
We're getting ahead.
Am I the asshole for not understanding this?
You're the asshole.
I understand how
I get it now.
You're the
I
asshole
don't.
for typing like that.
Wait, what's her name? What's her name?
Alright. So, we lost my brother-in-law, my husband's twin brother. Okay, so do we understand this now?
Okay.
Oh, so her husband died.
No, not
Her
her
husband's twin brother died.
That's why. So the sister-in-law's
Husband.
husband.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she wanted to take her. Okay.
Yeah, so the sister-in-law wanted to take the twin that's still alive, which is married to this other girl, to a wedding. So, we'll start again. We lost my brother-in-law, my husband's twin brother, 2 years ago in a serious car accident. He was a good person with a good heart, and losing him was devastating, especially on my sister-in-law, with his wife. We all offered different types of help to my sister-in-law, and my husband has been the most supportive in the family by stepping up and helping out with transportation, childcare, money, food, doctor's appointments, kids matters at schools, etc. My sister-in-law has been vocal about her needs lately, and I noticed she's been asking my husband to do too many things for her that she, in my opinion, can do herself, like fixing a door handle or getting food for the dog.
That's what I was thinking.
My in-laws noticed how she constantly... Shut the fuck, let me read,
She
man.
can go fuck herself, right?
My in-laws notice how she constantly keeps calling his number, yet ignore all of us and turn down any offers to help her weather the house or kids. It was irritating, not gonna lie. I told my husband and he kept saying he wants to help out his brother's family and finds himself guilty when he ignores her phone calls, even though he's very busy with our kids and work. This biggest fight was days ago when I was at my in-laws, and my sister-in-law talked about receiving an invite to her friend's wedding but was required to bring a +1. She flat out told me to tell my husband to be available on this day to go with her to the wedding as her +1. We were all shocked. I looked at her and asked if she was serious. She ranted about not finding anyone close available and also not feeling comfortable asking her husband's friends to accompany her. I said sorry, but my husband was busy, and next thing she did was ignore me and pull her phone out to call him. I stopped her and told her very firmly and loudly that she needed to knock it off because my husband isn't hers and she needed to just stop acting like it. She looked at me shocked and said a lot of stuff I can't remember, but accused me of not wanting her husband's brothers, who's her kid's uncle, to help her out, and also accused me of discouraging him from spending time with the family and his nephews. She went on calling me petty for feeling jealous and resentment towards a struggling widow, and she said she needed to go to the wedding to have fun after 2 years of being depressed and unable to go out. I argued with her, then left. My mother-in-law called saying she understood my frustration and agreed sister-in-law had no right, but I also had no right to say what I said, and basically rubbing the fact, unlike her, I still have my husband with me in her face. She wanted me to apologize, but I refused, and explained how my sister-in-law was behaving all those months. But everyone keeps saying I should be graceful and sympathetic, as my sister-in-law is trying to adapt to her new normal. My husband said I should talk to her from one woman to another. So, is this person the asshole?
No.
This person as the sister-in-law or her?
The one that still has the husband alive.
The one without the dead husband.
Do you want to go first?
The one who's not a widow.
I don't think she's the asshole.
Why? Let's hear.
Oh shit! I have to.
No, because
respond.
her sister-in-law like needs to know that there's like boundaries.
Boundaries. Okay.
Boundaries.
Yeah.
Alright, boundaries, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Just period.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
major
it.
point.
Okay. All right.
I think the sister-in-law is the asshole because you could, like, say you are struggling, and yes, that's his twin, but you could come across, like, nicer and be like, it would really mean a lot to me if, like, Like, spend time with him if that's okay with you, because he's your husband. Like, if that's really what you need, you can go about it in a totally different way rather than being like, you're the one who's petty because I want to talk to your husband. That's crazy. Like, she could have gone a totally different way. So because of the way that she went and the like wild circumstance, I think she's the asshole.
Okay. You want to go first?
Kind of want to hear from him because he has his.
Yeah, but I'm married to a twin.
Yeah.
He's married to a twin. Yeah.
Shit.
But I don't think she's the asshole. I think the bride's the asshole.
What?
The widow?
No,
the widow's friend that invited the.
Oh, you have to bring a plus one?
You don't have to. Yeah, like she's a widow. Like,
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. That's true.
Like,
You said
have
you
to.
can't
Oh, your
go.
marriage is over because he died, but you know, you want to see
Something like-
ours?
Maybe she wasn't a good friend. It's like I don't want her at the wedding, but I don't want to say it. She's like,
Well,
That's
So
it.
you
He's
have
getting
to-
brought into a new
yeah, so then they
character.
don't.
He said, hold on.
maybe I'm oversimplifying.
Well, because I've never been to a wedding. I've never seen a wedding where it's required. You must.
like-
You
Bring a
must
date.
have sex with your date. Okay.
If anything, they're like, you cannot bring a plus one. They're like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not paying for your
Yeah.
plus
Yeah.
ones play. Like, there's
It's like if you want to bring one, so people are like, yeah, bring a plus one. It's never required.
Just don't keep
I
changing
feel like
it.
this would be the exception, you know, being at the husband's den.
Yeah.
So,
even if
but
I've never
also,
even heard of that.
also, I don't think she's the asshole because for 2 years, this guy's like taking out her trash, doing her groceries and stuff like that, taking out the kids. So I feel like this is like the straw that broke the camel's back, you know? And she just snaps. So I feel like it was in her right to do so.
Yeah.
2 years is a long time as well to like be holding your tongue.
If anything, the husband should dress up like his brother and be like, "It's been 2 years. Let me go. Let
It's
go."
the- yeah, that's
Drama.
That's like at that
Could you wear
point,
these
that's long
glasses?
enough.
I got 20/20 vision. I don't need it.
Oh my god.
The blue light.
No,
She's not the asshole.
I feel like the widow, the one that lost her husband, is trying.
She's milking it.
To fill the
She's-
gap.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, this one is just a twin. They're almost exactly the same. Like I want this one to be my husband. I only call him. I only
That's a
answer
red
his
flag.
calls.
Yeah.
It's a red flag, exactly. Like if I was the one that the wife of the twin,
I'd be pissed.
I'd be pissed too.
I
Like
would have said way worse.
you're
Than
trying to take away.
I wouldn't hold back.
There would have been pissed.
You're trying to take my husband. Like.
After 2 years as well, like, it's like, 2 years, but that's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of some Black Mirror shit because
It really is.
her husband dies and she's got like
The twin.
2.0 over here. Like, it looks exactly the same and he starts doing all the shit the guy would do, her husband used to do.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Is 2 years a long time for widow sympathy?
Well, to be using the twin as like in that aspect, I think so.
The
to
fact-
give somebody their time to grieve is different than like having somebody
Yeah.
using them for
Um,
how she is.
If anything, like, boundaries, she's crossing boundaries, I think, with, like, this request, because, like,
It would
I don't
also
know.
be one thing if, as soon as the wife was like, this is making me uncomfortable, to be like, you know what, I'm sorry, I overstepped. It
Yeah.
would have been a totally different thing if that's what she said, but she's like, you're being crazy, you're being petty. It's like, how am I being petty?
Like, share your
Yeah,
fucking
when-
husband.
When she wants to get over her grief is up to her, but she's going about it the wrong way.
Uh-huh.
If anything, it's the worst case scenario because now it's almost with him, with the live one, for like a better word.
The live
Um,
one. The one is...
The ones
Remember
that-
I wish we knew the names.
John.
It's for John.
Fucking.
Mr. Jonathan.
But she pretty much has a way for, like, with him around, it's kind of like she doesn't have to get over him.
Yeah.
It's like he essentially never left.
It's
And she's like, got a stranglehold on him, and it's keeping him away from his actual family. And I understand how, like, OP feels, because, yeah, that's kind of weird. Like, you're using her husband as your husband.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
Weird.
think.
But like, just take out the trash.
I mean,
Things she could do.
yeah.
I mean, like, you can help, like, every once in a while, but...
Like, get a maid, get a pool boy. Like,
You get a pool boy.
I don't have a pool, but I still need a
but I
pool
do need,
boy.
I do need a pool boy.
My sink is a little
Gardener?
flooded. Gardener.
They do anything.
But a bunch of the commenters agreed that they're not the asshole. The sister-in-law, something's up with her. Like, she's trying to make this attachment with her husband, and that shouldn't really be there. I mean, like, it's
Very unhealthy to act
Very
like
unhealthy,
nothing
yeah.
ever happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what do you call it?
Weird.
Like household tasks, like that's okay, whatever, you know. But drawing the line with like, okay, let's
The
go on a
wedding?
vacation.
You don't need, you don't need to go to a wedding for one, but two,
Yeah.
like that's weird.
Yeah, and you were like, she has got her needs. I'm like, how far is she willing to go with these needs? You know? Which
Yeah, it's
says a lot
dramatic
about me
needs.
that was my first thought. Like,
No, have you?
And this
you
was
can like zoom into my face. She said need. I said needs. What needs?
what kind of needs?
It's like, can I have sex with your husband?
My husband died. You understand?
She's like, it's been 2 years. I'd respect you more if you said.
I'm a widow. No, that's weird.
If anything, like, she needs to let him go and be like, if she really wants like a guy in the picture, she needs to like, you know, go out and like form new relationships.
Even to have
I'd
a
say,
normal life.
Yeah, not like
Not
because
even
she
romantic.
said that she was over at her in-laws. I feel like if I were to lose like my husband, I wouldn't like keep the. I mean, I would still be around, right? But like, I wouldn't stay close to my in-laws. In a way.
Well,
Think
she
you-
actually like, what do you call it? Left the other in-laws on red. So
Yeah, well, she left everybody on red.
Except for
I feel like
him.
that's even weirder.
Except for him.
Like, she was almost as much of a ghost as her husband.
Except for
Rip, Rip Henry.
Kind of glad nobody heard that.
No, something ghost and husband.
I said she's almost become as much of a ghost as her husband.
Wow.
Some
Yeah.
cold shit.
Oh yeah, I thought you had one. I said no way.
I'm not gonna. I don't smoke, and I wouldn't do it in here if I did. So you guys brought stuff to talk about.
Yes,
That I
I
think you
wanted
wanted
to
to
talk
talk
about this
about
last
that.
time, but
Do we need a drum roll?
freaking Alan and his aliens.
Aliens.
Alan. Oh, we drum roll?
So
Oh.
no.
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 None of that.
Shut up. Mine just
Do like a
essentially
piano
before,
thing.
just like a background music. Mine is before, kind of after, and during, just general relationships. I guess we'll start with during, and then we'll move to afterwards. But do you have a specific milestone or anything that needs to be done before you introduce someone to your parents? Or is it like it doesn't matter, it happens when it happens?
3 years. Okay.
Oh.
No.
We
Just
still
kidding.
have time.
Like,
Before
do you
introducing
wait
someone to your
until
parents.
you say I love you? Do you wait until
Until
you
you're
meet their
Facebook official.
parents?
I think
Do you wait until you're official?
Haha, no.
Do you even have standards, or it's like you don't even think about that? And
Do you have
when-
standards? Yeah,
You just bring anybody home.
Bring anybody home. It's my girlfriend. They're like, the
Some
fuck?
people
I mean, whatever
do.
sticks on the wall.
No, yeah. Some people
Christ.
like second day together.
Damn.
I think it just happens whenever it happens. Like,
Usually that's kind of what's happened to me. I mean, it kind of just happened by accident.
Oh, that's-
What? You
I
brought
have-
her home. You're in the middle of it. Your parents walk in. It's like, hey, my girlfriend.
No.
Just kidding.
No.
Thank God.
You kind of derailed my train of thought here.
Make you
That'd be
uncomfortable.
terrible.
Alright, let's get back on. Let's get back on.
You hold
It just
up.
happens. You just-
like you want some pop?
Oh, he's already making popcorn. Excuse me.
So I have to go.
I have no idea what my parents are doing. Sometimes we'll like go somewhere and my parents happen to be there. That's happened before.
Wow.
I've never run into my parents.
Yeah, I'll go to the mall and then like, oh shit.
Damn.
Mom and dad, what are
You're
you
like,
doing here?
Your parents cooler than you?
Yeah, they're like, what is he doing out? He left the house.
But it's like you can also just like be your friend. Like if that does happen, like, oh my homie.
Yeah, it's happened before. I'm like we're friends first, and then eventually, like we end up getting together for whatever reason. For whatever reason, we like each other.
Whatever reason.
Whatever reason, I'm not
It's
sure.
like, we got each other at
I wake up
gunpoint.
and flip a coin. Jesus Christ.
So like if they're like friends, like I have a lot of get-togethers here, even more now because of the podcast. And then, one thing leads to another. If we end up dating, my parents have already met him. So, what about the rest of you? I know you.
The rest of you.
What about me?
That. Well, I don't. Have you ever introduced your parents to anybody?
No, I've never introduced my parents.
Me
Yeah.
either.
But
No,
then-
but it's
How old are you?
I'm 25. I've only been in one serious relationship in my life, and I was away from home. I was in San Antonio. But I never crossed my mind to introduce him to my parents. But that's just because I don't know. Like, I think he wanted me to see his, but I was like, no, thank you. I don't know. I felt like he was. I'm sorry, but he was way more into it than I was. I wasn't there yet. I guess he just happens real quick for him, or I don't know.
I'm
But
pretty sure he watches the podcast. He's like,
no.
He was like, it was not soon. It was.
First
we
of all,
were dating for a year.
it was an adequate amount of time.
but like right now I'm talking with someone, and I'd like to hope it's going in a serious place, and I think that if I were to ever introduce them to my parents, we'd have to be official for sure. And like I feel like like I don't think I'd have to say I love you. I'd probably be like close to that. Like I can see myself, loving you, and I feel like this can go pretty far. I think it's worth introducing you to my parents because it has a good chance of working out. Like, cause I have two sisters. I'm the middle. None of us have introduced someone to our parents until my younger sister.
We gave birth to a bunch of prude.
No. Maybe that's what they think. They're way wrong.
Oh fuck!
But my younger sister, she's been dating this guy for I think almost a year already, and he was the first boy to be ever to be introduced to my parents, and I mean they like him.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's funny, but I
They're
think
like, oh, thank God.
I know that finally maybe we have a chance at having grandkids. But yeah, I feel like it had to be. I had to be very sure about them, because I don't want to just show my parents anybody.
What about you, Eric?
I feel like I'm a little different because I've had a lot of flings and only like 4 exes.
And you've introduced them all to your parents?
No,
Oh.
none of them.
I just fucking
None
show
of
mom.
them.
Except for my wife. Yeah.
Aw.
Hey mom, I just fucked this chick. We'll see you later. You're fucking weird.
But like, what do you call it? Most of my exes, they only last like 6, maybe 3 months, something like that. And them damn bitches would cheat on me.
Oh shit!
Well, shit.
Another beer.
Oh no, that's her!
Oh,
Is
Yeah.
that a party foul? Do you think someone else a beer?
That's a big party foul.
it's not a party.
We're
It's a
gonna-
podcast.
We're not a party. Where's
Weird.
party? Not here.
Just jingles.
So anyways.
What was I? But yeah.
He cheated on you.
Yeah,
No,
so like
introduce
it
me to
never
them.
got to that point where I would just say like, oh, it would never get to that point, except for like my homie like, hey, is this I'm like, what? That bitch. But yeah, it would never get to that point. That's why I would like have a lot of flings and stuff like that. Just nothing ever developed, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do my own thing, right? I'm gonna just focus on me.
Gets a wife.
Yeah.
Gets a wife.
And then, yeah. And I would just like talk to my wife at the time. Like back then, we were like friends on Facebook. I guess that's how everyone's gonna be nowadays, right? In the metaverse, we were talking about this.
Oh no! Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but yeah, we talked on Messenger. Like, hey, yeah, you're pretty cool, right? Let's meet up. She's like, sorry, I'm moving to this place. So I was like, okay. She's like, yeah, but for vacation, I'll be back in like 3 months.
Damn.
I was like, shit. Okay, that's longer than most of my relationships. Just
He's like,
keep
I can do
talking.
that.
Yeah, and then when she got back, we went to like a bonfire. I'd never been to a bonfire, but it was pretty cool.
At her place?
Yeah.
Was I there?
No.
Okay. Because I think
It was like most of her.
I think I met your wife at a
yeah.
bonfire at her
Yeah,
parents'
they used
place.
to be lit, and then
Yeah, her parents
Things
want
changed.
her parents want me to throw the next bonfire. So, like,
they want him
okay.
to cook and everything. It's like, oh, that's my friend.
That's
Get your
Hold up. But yeah, after that bonfire, I was like, man, she the one.
I do remember. I do remember this. Like, I remember it vividly. We were. This was like after like a good time has passed already, between you guys being together. I think it was at least over a year.
Yeah.
And we were at a bonfire at her parents' place, and me and him were just like on the chairs, just chilling, talking, and your wife, like, she comes by and she's like, "Do you guys want some drinks?" And you're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then like she goes inside, you turn around, and you talk, and you look at me, and you're like, "She's the one, man."
Yeah, and I tell him everything.
Yeah.
Crying, vomiting.
Crying, screaming, throwing up.
Choking, everything. All of them at the same time.
I'm actually gonna go. I need to leave.
Actually.
My ride is here, and it's me. I'm not ready.
Shit, give me back my
did you answer the
beers.
question?
Yeah, you guys.
Oh, I didn't. I said I think. For me, I would like to think that I would wait and like, oh, I have to get to a certain point, but my family's the type where like they do something for every holiday, and they always like go and see movies, or like we're having dinner at so and so's house, and so as soon as I start talking to somebody, it's kind of like, well, I'm gonna go, and me and my parents are more.
Oh
We're just more like we have like they're young, so we have more of like a friendship rather than like those are my parents type of relationship. So it's not as big of a deal for me. But if they were like, oh, I want you to meet my parents, I would be like, oh, we're not there yet, but we can go to my house because it's not a big deal for you
I'm
to meet
picturing
my
that
parents.
as like, oh, this is my homeboy dad.
This is Joey's pretty fast, very sweet. But I would, if my parents were older, I think I would hold off. But since they're younger, we kind of like hang out like friends. It was never a big deal.
That's how it's kind of happened for me too. Like, because I've never actually introduced my parents to, like, hey, this is my boyfriend. But, like,
People have been around.
People have been around, and, like, they, like, I might, like, we have a thing, right? But my parents would just be like, oh, that's your homie. Like,
Homie.
Dismiss him real quick.
Oh, they'll never last.
ew. Shut up.
Your mom's
Like with-
like, really?
Like, with...
You better watch your mouth.
He would, like, come around all the time, and then my parents they were like, wait, you're going out with him a little bit too much, but they never, like, asked or anything, or I never introduced them to, like, him as my boyfriend.
I think, you know, when, like, specifically asked a question like that, you start thinking about, like, specifics. Like, you kind of tend to overthink things. At least in my experiences, things have just, like, happened. Like, it goes with the flow. If things feel right, then they don't feel right at the time. Like, I don't think it, like, and it can change from person to person.
Yeah.
Like, either you get close enough, like, really fast with somebody, and that could either mean you're going too fast, or you just really hit it off, then you might go a little earlier, you know. Or if you want to, like, want to be more conservative about it, you can. It just really depends on when it feels right. And that's how it's always been that way for me, except for when, you know, surprise, surprise, what are you doing here, Mom and Dad?
Why are you in my bedroom, Mom and Dad?
Mom and Dad?
Why are you in my closet, Mom and Dad?
What's the next
I'm
question?
kind of shocked because, like, the stereotype for, like, Mexican families, it's more like you have to introduce them,
Yeah.
you know?
That's how my mom used to be, like, well, not introduce them, but, like, if I was going out with someone, she'd be like, who is it? Like, at least just give me a name or something.
my dad is real. It's kind of old fashioned in that way, where I always kind of felt bad because he's like with me. If I brought a girl over, my parents would be like, oh, whatever. But it was harder for my sisters, because especially with my dad,
Of course.
because
Of course.
of course, but like it still made me feel like shitty because
I
of
will
it.
cry.
Because my dad was always like, if they're gonna introduce a guy to me, it's because they've gotten serious, not because they've like, well, they started dating or whatever, but because like it's like proposal time, sort of thing.
Oh, nah.
And I was like,
I can bring a bitch over, but they can't bring
I always felt personally, I was like, that's fucking ridiculous. But I mean, I get my stubbornness from my dad. So and if you think I'm stubborn, holy shit, you've not seen anything. So I mean, there's no getting around to that. But I think my sisters like found a way to like break them down a bit. You know, they're both in relationships. My sister's married. My older sister's married. My younger sister's been in a relationship for quite a while now. I think it's like 2-3 years, maybe longer. I think it started in high school, and she's 23 now. Fuck, 5 years. I
He's
think.
like,
At least.
Yeah, because I still see her like a little. I still see her like a little kid. I can't even think of dating someone younger than her.
Carmen's screaming down there.
And she's like 22, 23. I'm like 21. It's like, kind of.
Imagine.
But yeah, I think for me it's always been like go with the flow. But I know it's not exactly the same with the girls, at least in my family. Or unless it's just my dad and he's insane and the rest are all cool.
No, I think it's a stigma for sure, regardless of what family. It's always different for girls.
Yeah, you gotta protect the girls. I mean, I'm protective of my sisters, but not like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're dating someone, I'm gonna kick his ass.
Yeah.
I'll be like, let me meet the guy.
That's
Like
what
if they
my
get
brother
serious,
used to
like
be.
I'll meet him.
I'd be like, this guy's pissing me off. He'd be like, what do you want me to do? Beat him up? And I'd be like, yes! And he'd be like, I'm not gonna fucking beat him up. I'm like, what?
You're supposed to be your brother.
I'm like, bro. Anyways, the next question is, how do you guys feel about PDA? For it, not for it?
I'm not for it.
I think it looks weird. Like when, I don't know.
Like Megan Fox and
Oh my God,
Okay,
okay,
but
but
like,
like
they're like celebrities and they're like,
that's their
they
life.
get literally
They're doing it for the
they
cameras.
get paid to do that. But like, I'm trying like, you're in your life. How do you feel about PDA in your own relationship? Not necessarily about other people, but like if you're in a relationship, how do you feel about PDA?
The only place people won't be like, ugh, is fucking Walmart.
That is not what I thought you were
Because
about
Walmart's
to say.
fucking weird already. They're gonna see that, be like, that's probably as tame as you can get.
People could just
Have you seen that Facebook page, the people of Walmart? You know, it's like, oh no, I hate everything. That's why I don't come here.
Yeah, you pretty much like never shop there anymore.
Hate it.
He hasn't set foot in one in like years.
Yeah, by choice, yeah. Hate it.
Where do you go?
Target.
H-E-B, Target.
H-E-B, Target, Costco, Sam's, all the
Everywhere else.
Everywhere else,
I do
but
not go to
even Dollar
Walmart.
General.
Oh, I will be going to Dollar General.
I think it depends on like what the PDA is.
Can't even hold hands.
The glue.
Don't fucking touch me.
Fucking touch me.
Can't show your ankles. I'm going salty on your ass.
No, there's a limit.
Yeah, because like holding hands is not okay. Yeah, or like I don't know if hugging would be considered like a little hug, arm around their shoulder, or like
But like full on making out.
that's it. Like a little kiss, like greeting one. That's it. Like okay, that's good, but that's just. The tongue comes out. You're lingering there for.
Yeah,
a
it's
little
really
bit.
fucking weird when I'm at work and I'm taking someone's order and I'm just
And
standing
they're
there
just-
and then there are
oh
like two
my
people in front of me and I'm
God.
just like,
Yeah, that's
like-
weird. When you're like, it's like, bro, order your food. It's on time or place. Like,
Yeah.
I'm clocked in. I can't even be like, can you not? Like, what the fuck?
or you're like,
That's weird.
So,
Because at that point, you just want other people to be
Do
watching.
you want to add Viagra to this one?
Dude, no, tell me why I took a guy's order and they were like, I was like, do you want to add like any extra or enhancers? And they're like, you guys have Viagra? And I was there like, my manager started laughing the fuck.
No,
my
really?
God.
That's crazy.
That'd be some shit. Actively putting in pharmaceuticals and everything.
I would be like, excuse me, all mad.
Got some.
Would you like to add some
codeine,
amoxicillin to that?
Damn.
Got some ketamine. You want that pumped in there?
Scoop, too
I'll
small.
put 2 pumps in there.
Jeez. I guess like some is okay, but I can't speak like a lot from experience because I mean I don't have a lot of experience. But I mean some like hand holding like yeah like I said.
Oh, I
it's
was
fine.
on the ketamine, so I was like withdrawn.
Again,
I
Walmart.
forgot what we were talking about.
You're gonna do
I was
ketamine,
like-
do it at Walmart.
No, I mean a little. I was like, wait.
No,
Sorry.
fuck that
A
shit.
couple that does ketamine together stays together.
We broke up.
Actually,
Oh shit, okay.
that is so.
You work?
As long as you
I was
don't make a
about to-
meal out of it, you know.
Oh god.
What?
Holding hands is fine, you know. You don't have to go farther than that. You do, there's a reason why they say get a room. It's a very old saying.
Yeah, that's true. You. Alright, did you guys answer it?
Oh, I keep forgetting. I'm just like, what do y'all think? I mean, like,
We're being interviewed.
I know, shut up.
Where do
I
you see
think
yourself in
it
5 years?
depends because it's like if I'm at the movies and like nobody else knows me, it's dark, whatever, like whatever we can make out. But like if we're in front of my parents, that shit pisses me off, and you're like, you're like, even if,
For the
if your
parents.
arm around me or if like you try and kiss me, I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Like they're right there, like that's weird to me. But like if we're alone and like I'm not with any friends or like we're on vacation or whatever, I don't care. And I'm like, whatever, nobody knows me. But if I know anybody or we're on any of my family, I'm like, how dare you? Like, what
Yeah,
the
I've
fuck
done
you
the
doing?
movie.
Yeah, how
Same.
could you be
Makes
in the
sense.
mood around old people, especially
It's
that?
just weird. It's just
Comparing.
like, I'm not
Oh,
gonna
young
like, that's
love. I remember when I used
Yeah.
to
A voice like that at 48. Jesus Christ, man. You're a 3-pack a day
I'm
for sure.
27 years old.
Wow.
Okay.
You do what's this old man doing watching 21 Jump Street?
The next questions are for after the relationship. I'll do, is closure necessary? As in, now we're not going to speak, now we're not talking, or can you just
Nope.
not talk to someone and not get that, like, goodbye?
Ooh.
Or do you need that to move on, essentially? Everyone, ooh.
I think
Everyone's
I
like,
can-
you know
I
what?
I can move on without closure.
I think I can too. I think I'm very big on that. But it also has to do with the fact that for me, I will try until I can't, and then at that point, then I'll leave. But the other person won't have been like going through the
Yeah.
process yet. So for them, they're like, you just left, and it didn't mean anything to you. But I'm like, I've been bringing up to you in my head for like months.
It's a, like,
I don't like that.
I'm mad.
Because I've been on the receiving end of that.
Yeah.
yeah.
But to be, I mean, it's, I get it why you would be mad, but at the same time, like, let's say, like, I was trying, like, for months and months to, like, be on your side and give you the chance.
Well, because with me, what happened to me, like, we had been together for 2.5 years.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Finishes my beer.
Do you want a beer? Do you want a beer? Eddie?
Dude, it was like 7 years ago. How
Okay,
long ago?
alright.
He's moved on.
I don't know how long.
It's
He
okay.
said, I got no closure and I still didn't move on.
No, I got the closure. Ooh.
Mm,
I told you what happened.
Yeah, you did.
Didn't end well for her.
I said, shit.
She's still alive.
She's alive.
She's still alive.
She's alive,
It's not
cut.
another
You better
episode
relax.
of you.
She's alive.
Yeah.
but single.
That's sad.
Basically, she moved out of, like, out to college, and, like, for the years leading up to that, everything was fine. She was in school. I was at work at the refineries. Everything seemed fine. It wasn't until her second year, like, that things started changing. She had met somebody that apparently someone in my family had passed with. That's all I'm going to say to that. And it became the whole guy she told you not to worry about thing. I told her, I was like, look, I'll mind you, like, you know, I've always been like, okay, you having friends that are guys. Like, I've never been that kind of guy. Like, well, he's a guy, you can't talk to him. But this guy,
Oh, no.
you guys talking is making me a little uncomfortable because you guys like it's more than anything you've done with any other guy in the past. Like this is making me uncomfortable. And she was like, no, it's fine. Like I swear nothing's going on. And then she starts getting more distant. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then we don't talk for like 2 weeks. And then suddenly she's like, she comes down back to the valley and she's like, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, okay.
That's never good.
And I was like, I had the seeking feeling. I was like, here we go.
Wow.
And then
That's the worst.
we go to meet up at some park. And she's like,
Not the park, you know it's over
Oh,
when you
yeah.
go to the park.
No.
If you text me, let's meet at the park, you'd be like, you know what?
let's go to the park.
It's
You know
not.
what?
I'll bring you shit.
Once you
like,
see
don't
the
even,
municipal park.
The park, I would literally be like, the park, don't even worry about it. Save your breath. Save your breath, bro.
And she was like, well,
Meet
it's
by
because
the
I
pond.
only...
Oh, I already know.
She was like, I only see you as a friend. And I'm like, bitch, 2.5 years?
Bitch.
I'm like,
Let her have it.
A friend.
I'm like, really, all this shit? And I was like, I just see you as a friend. I'm like, whatever, fuck it. And then, I mean, I'm not gonna say like I took it like in stride, like, yeah, fuck this, I'm free. Like, no, I was upset.
I was
upset.
Well, duh.
I was
Once
like,
again, 2 years is a
I was
long
just,
time.
yeah, like 2.5 years, and I'm just sitting here trying to figure out like what
What?
did I like? What did I fuck up? Because that's how I've been raised to look at things. Like, if something goes wrong, before I go out accusing people of shit, did I do anything wrong?
Yeah.
So I don't look like a
nice.
jackass. And I'm like, what did I do wrong and all this shit? And I'm like, I just couldn't figure anything out. And then,
I don't like hearing this because I was there.
yeah,
You were
2 weeks
there?
later, she was dating that dude that she said not to worry about.
What a bitch.
And I was like,
I'm like,
oh.
what's her name?
Nah, what?
You got her Facebook? Ah.
You remember right now. That's a little different. I get that's different. What I mean is like every day I'm like, oh, like I don't know, trying. I wouldn't just like not talk to you for 2 weeks and then it's like, oh, a totally different story.
Would you ever like tell them though, like, hey, this is how I'm feeling? Before like things
yeah, that's
actually...
what I mean though.
Okay.
Like it's like I brought it up and they maybe were like fixed it for a week or two and then went back to old ways.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, maybe I can like try one more time, but I'm not gonna tell you because I already told you, and that lasted for a week, and then so it happens again, and it's like, okay, well now I'm ready because I took the first L, and you were thinking I was never gonna leave.
Yeah, you try to fix things. Okay. Yeah.
That, I'm not talking like not 2 weeks. That's a lot. If somebody wasn't talking to me for 2 weeks, that's blocked your
That's
number.
it.
Like
Blocked your number.
2 weeks. Oh my god, I can't even go 2 days. I'm like, okay, so you hate me, like 2 days. That's fine, bro. Like that whole weekend, bet you had fun.
I was like, she left me on red.
2 weeks,
Really?
honestly, 2 days. I'm like, badass. Can I have my hoodie back? Like, we don't even gotta have that talk.
You guys
2
steal your
days?
hoodies?
A limited edition. No?
Ah, use it.
They do. I be getting mediums. I like them big. They do though, honestly.
You
I don't
guys?
know, I feel like
Or
oh,
you?
I
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
because Amanda has seen me do this. Like with that guy, I sent him this whole long paragraph and I was like
switch.
blocked.
She sent this paragraph, but it wasn't like he had no idea that she had feelings for him, and she started the message with like, I should have told you, I have feelings for you. Have a good life. Sent it and then blocked before he could even respond.
No, yes,
and
he
I was like,
responded.
you don't even want to know what
No,
he
he
wants to
responded.
say.
It's because we were just talking and talking and talking.
She
and then
responded.
he brought it up. he brought it up and
Mind
like,
you, he's involved though, with in another situation.
oh, you guys want to talk about that? Oh,
Yeah. Pour
Anyway.
Fuck it.
Another beer.
He's like, I will give me a beer.
We'll talk
He's
about
like,
it.
I will literally go and get one.
Okay, so
Where your shot glasses?
If you actually want me to get one, I'll get one.
Yeah.
I'll get one.
Like,
Wait, what? Are you taking
These kids have
well,
the
what
shot
am I?
glasses?
Yeah.
he's about to shot
Oh, a
in it.
shot?
Yeah.
Ah!
You want a beer though? Because I'm gonna get
Yeah,
up.
I'll get a beer.
We were taking
The bottle's
shots.
like right on top of the...
We're taking shots for my best friend or what? Ex-best friend. Blocked now.
And you got the crown right there in the back.
Crap!
What do we want?
Whoa. Sound check.
Oh, all down. Where's I would prefer the crown. I would prefer the crown.
Excuse me. Get the last bit.
There's a third beer. Do you want? That's the last one.
Appreciate it.
Just gonna take the cookie.
For Schmetty. Schmetty, did you finish your first beer?
Yeah, it's down here.
Oh, that crowd's like, We meet again, bro.
But
So I'm fighting you.
no,
I'm gonna call him. What's his number?
No, you fight with tequila, bro.
That's true.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, should we start before? Also, do you have two more? Or maybe just cups?
Somewhere.
I could also just waterfall it. No big deal.
Yeah. These are double shots, so do you want one or two?
What? I don't even think it's enough.
Start with one.
I think everyone gets a sip, to be honest.
Okay.
All right.
Do you see what's in there?
While he's doing that, you can continue the.
Yes, go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Starts crying.
She's like, well.
Okay, so 2 years ago, I was working at JCPenney with a guy.
Pictures.
We got really, really close, but we were like going out.
First of all,
When?
Not even.
What?
Not even.
Oh, I was like, yeah, that
Not
not
even.
happened.
Just shitting all over your story
Oh,
every
for
chance
us?
he gets. Did
Yeah.
you want some?
With me?
That's what I said. Us?
You're the guest, so yeah.
I
Guess
appreciate
first.
that. That's very nice of
I
you.
use
Cheers.
I use Nessie.
Oh, fucking ladle.
God damn! Wow! He just took it like a champ. God, man.
Apple's a good
I
one.
will say that I can take shots like really good.
Me fighting for my life.
Okay, so I met this guy 2 years ago at my job. We got really close. We were like going out, and it got to a point where like I was telling him things like that nobody knew. So we became really, really good friends. A year passes by, like a year and a half.
You're not?
Almost 2 years.
Do you guys want another one or no? 'Cause this is gonna be the last one.
A
Nice.
couple years, 2 years passed by. Like we're still really, really close. It was like during this whole COVID thing, so like he was literally the only person I talked to.
It's
And
gone.
then-
All right.
He gets a job at DPS. Fire him, please. Yeah. He gets a job at DPS, and he started being really, really distant. Like he wasn't like we weren't texting how we used to text basically.
We don't talk
And
anymore.
then
Oh no, they gave him a clipboard and it was too good for
he
you.
got a
They
badge.
told Alan.
Oh boy.
He
Then
got
told
a badge.
Alan, I work for the government.
He put me down as a reference, and I literally, like to say I got him that job because I spoke so good about him.
We turned the frogs gay.
And then,
Oh, you were the contact?
well,
Of
yeah.
course she was.
Yeah.
And they called me from freaking Austin. I was like,
no.
what? Yeah. And then,
You think he'd be good for DPS? He's a shitty person.
Piece of shit.
Just gonna do a second round. Like,
Call me
actually, I
back.
lied. I'm not even.
I
I didn't
lied.
even say who I was.
I thought you meant Steve.
Wait, I thought it was for me. Can I get hired? Okay, so he meets this. He's working here now. Super distant. Texts me like every. It's because we weren't anything. Like we knew, but we weren't
They
anything.
liked each other, but neither of them said anything.
Yeah.
Mm,
And so like if I couldn't be like, hey, what the
you're
fuck,
in
like you're not.
purgatory phase.
And I was like I couldn't be like, what the fuck, like you're not texting me, like what's going on? Because we were nothing, but like oh, and then he I don't know where he used to call me on his lunch, and he texts me, he calls me, he's like, yo, like there's a girl and this and that, right? We've been going out for lunch or whatever, and then
That's fucked up.
he's like no, but I can't catch feelings for her because she's married
Oh, damn.
and she has a kid.
Damn.
So he's like, yeah, like I don't know what's gonna happen. I was like, first of all, you can't hide your feelings. Like if you catch feelings, like that's not on you. Like that's like your feelings are a whole different thing. Like you're gonna end up
Yeah.
catching feelings. So I kind of like I got distant too, and then like Banda has a party. I'm like fucking going crazy because like he just gave
But
me
this is like
news.
way past. This is like 2 a.m. Like we're all
Fucked up.
very drunk. Like
No, and the thing is, I don't think you know this, but the thing is, before I went to your house, we were on the phone is when he told me all of this, and he told me, he goes, oh, and by the way, guess who I saw today? And I was like, ooh, like now you got another thing, and then he's like,
what's her name?
he's like, oh, I saw your like ex best friend.
No, you told me this.
I told you, right? He's like, I saw your ex best friend, and like me and that girl we didn't have like a bad fallout, it was just so many things, so many bad shit would happen during like our friendship. Like her family would talk shit and shit. Like it was just like I didn't want to be a part of like her life anymore. So we like it was like bad basically. Like I didn't have any connection with her. And then he tells me, oh, I saw her at DPS. She's like, and then he tells me, he's like, because I don't have a license. He's like, yeah, she was getting her license and like someone like all this shit, right? And then he was like, after that he's like, oh, whatever. And then he's like, would you be mad if I like hit her up? And I was like, bro, you know, like I don't fuck with this bitch. Like the only bitch I don't fuck
say that was a
with.
joke, but it's
No, he literally. Well, he
Damn.
was like, nah, I'm just kidding. Like out of respect that I have for you, like I wouldn't do it. But like, why do you bring it up? Like, why was it in your
if he
head?
brought it up, it's intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because it was in his head.
Exactly, and I was like, you're fucking lying to me. And he was like, nah, like I'm just kidding. Like it's whatever. Like I just brought it up because I saw her, and that stayed in my head. And then I went to Amanda's house and I got drunk, and then
Unfortunately.
that was like 2, 3 a.m. and I texted him.
First, she goes, I texted my best friend, and we were like, no. We were like, what the fuck? Why did you discuss
She
it with
folded.
us? Yeah, she folded. She
Bring out the
folded.
bottles.
We were like, no. We all like gathered on her phone, and she was like texting, anyways, never
crying.
gonna see you again. And we were
I
like,
was
wait.
pictures app. But I started off the conversation with fucking drunk as fuck, right? He didn't even understand what I was saying, but he understood. It's like I told him like how I felt after he had told me, like him telling me about that girl was like my last straw, and I told him how I felt, and he was like, well, like why did you care that much? And I was like, 'cause I like you, bro. Like, oh.
Take a hit.
And
like
then
you could. Like you could.
like
I love you,
he
bitch.
just told me, he was like.
I love you.
He told me, he's like, well, why didn't you tell me this like earlier, like a year ago? And I was like, first of all, I wasn't the only one who could have told you. Like you could have easily told me too. And he was like giving me shit for like not telling him that beginning of
Oh my
like, our
god, he's
friendship.
like.
And
what do you
I was
call
like,
it?
no, like that's
He's
not
like
how it works, bro.
equality.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
like you could
no.
have. He told me like as much as he could have easily told me, I could have easily told him. But it's like, don't give me shit like now. So.
After a year later.
So are you the asshole?
No, and then like so he like we got in that like little argument or whatever, but he was like
Feel the blood
he
pressure
was-
going up.
he was just like, well, you know, like I got a new job and I got myself into certain situations, and certain situations come with certain feelings. And I was like, you told me you were gonna catch feelings for this bitch.
You're a liar.
So then I just wrote him a long paragraph and then I blocked him.
Hold the Taylor Swift.
I'm not that strong. I'll wait for your response and then maybe block you after that, but I gotta know it. Like, he was typing too, and she said, blocked. I was like,
Oh,
you're not even
shit.
gonna know? Like, how do you? I need closure for that.
What if he was? What if he
If you're
was
gonna
like,
say
you know what?
something-
Fuck this bitch.
Yeah, like,
No.
what if you're calling me an
No.
asshole? Like, I need to know.
Because I was already done too. Like certain things had already happened. Like before the best friend thing, before the wife thing. Like I was already like officially done. So I was just like blocked. I don't care. what
This
you
is
tell
why
me.
I always say, communicate.
Oh, but
Oh my god. It's like a fucking romantic comedy where everything would have been fixed if they just fucking talked.
No, they.
because he still would text me afterwards.
He
And
still
like,
would have been with the.
Oh,
girl
and then
with the
Can we
kid.
talk about the
Afterwards-
red flag where he's hitting on the
You gonna team back up?
married woman?
But she was, I think she
kid?
was like 24. She had a kid, but he would tell me like, oh, it's because she got married too soon, and like she doesn't feel the connection.
That's
with
none of
her
your business,
husband.
bro.
She doesn't feel the connection, but her and
But
I
he
like,
feels-
like plug in
but
a socket. And
She
shit.
feels the connection with an 18-year-old.
And
Okay.
your relationship, bro. Like, you're so like. Whatever.
Fucking homewrecker.
No, literally.
Did you guys answer?
Yes.
And they would have sex
I
too.
know.
Oh,
think so.
oh, me just
Well,
exploded.
that.
But yeah, they were shocking.
Well, that's all the time we
I
had.
know.
No,
To
but
conclude
like-
this episode.
Like, how are you gonna? I would ask him like, how are you gonna have sex with someone and you know she goes home to a whole ass husband?
And a
They had
baby.
sex?
And a baby. It's not even an old.
Yeah,
kid.
we had sex.
Oh
Raw
shit. Okay. I thought it just caught feels. I didn't think it actually
Hot
like.
feels. How do you
Ladies
catch
and
feels?
gentlemen, we got
Sexy?
you an exclusive
Da, da, da.
right here.
The bitch had sex.
Intercourse.
Let's
Bitch
call it
decision.
ass.
Hey, it's like what we said
That's
yesterday.
the
Pussy boy.
You fucked that
Isn't that
bitch before.
shot?
That's a yes, kid. That's crazy.
That's crazy because.
Oh, no.
Give me your phone.
That's crazy because.
So should we call the best friend?
She does have his number. Ethan.
Bring him on the show. Fuck it. Let's get his
Last
side.
last question. Second chances, yes or no?
Yes. Bitch, 30 chances.
What? What?
Oh, sorry, she's toxic a little bit. Nah, but me too. I'll give you at least.
Bitch, you...
I'll give you at least 5.
Fuck!
It's been
No,
more. You're a liar.
He cheated on me.
No.
He's only cheated on me 4
No,
times.
that's
The one more
But
time.
yeah, cheating
That's
is like...
different. Cheating, no.
But like if we
No.
got in a fight,
If we
okay,
got in a
we'll-
fight,
Well,
then
fights
we made
happen.
up. But I mean, fights happen, and it's like, fuck you.
Do you
You're the
believe
worst.
that
People change.
words can't be taken back? Do you believe that?
Yes.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't word it that way,
Okay.
but I'll say you said it because you meant it at least at one point, because you felt it at some point. Because I hate when people say, oh, I said that because I'm drunk. Those feelings didn't just appear out of nowhere. Regardless if they were dramatized because you were drunk, they were there.
How many times have I called you a cunt when I was drunk?
He's always meant it.
He's like, I meant that shit. That's what I'm saying. But like, I think when you word it the specific way that you did, it can be misconstrued. But
There's certain things where you
like,
can't.
if I was mad, like if I called you an asshole and I woke up sober, I'm like, I'm not you an asshole. That's crazy. Like I was just drunk.
No, that's
Like
drunk
I wouldn't
Amanda.
have just like
Fucking-
made that up, you know. Like even if I like just
So
being
this-
drunk gave me the confidence to say it, and it made my feelings heighten to where maybe they were like misconstrued because I was drunk, but there was something there that
made
was
it
dramatized and was misconstrued, already existing. So you can't just say I was just drunk. I didn't mean that. It's like, okay, even
At
if
a
you
certain
didn't want to
point-
say it, you felt it at some point.
At a certain point, you can't blame the alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just because alcohol doesn't make things appear.
Mm-hmm.
It
It
emphasizes
amplifies.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you weren't even that mad and you only said that because you were drunk and you were like, I'm gonna start shit. There was something that alcohol latched onto. So.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know.
It also is specific too because there's certain things like because you can here's the thing. If there's like something random like, oh, I hooked up with some random person I don't even know, like, oh, I was just drunk, that's different than calling someone like degrading things that you love and are in a relationship when you're drunk, like, oh, I didn't mean them.
Okay, yeah.
There's two different things. Because you can be like, oh, if I was sober, I wouldn't have hooked up with them, yeah, but it doesn't mean anything and it's not ruining anybody's life. Like, they had fun, we're never going to talk again. I had fun, we're never going to talk again. As opposed to being in a relationship, she's going to remember me calling her a bitch forever. Like, and that's different because, like, we're still together in the morning. I'm not going to see this person that I hooked up with in the morning. That's the difference.
Andrea.
I still need to get my thoughts on this.
I don't know. I feel like, because I'm going to say, like I said it from the last question, like, I don't have a lot of experience. So, I mean, like, everything I'm saying is, like, I can't say, like, it's from experience. But...
Yeah, she's a killer. She's
Where's that shit?
cold-blooded.
Wait, which was the second chances?
Yes.
Not
Not necessarily all in regards to cheating, just like in general.
I think mistakes happen, and we're human, and people deserve second chances. But I mean, like, you can only give them a second chance, like
So like 1 second.
so many times.
Literal
yeah.
second
Or like
chance.
Yeah, but I mean,
Like
we're
30.
She goes,
We're-
same thing.
we're human. We make mistakes.
Yeah.
We're not perfect. If you love someone and they make a mistake, and you feel like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna give them a second chance, you know, because I feel like they will change or they will get better, then yeah. But you can't give them too many. I mean, if they're gonna do the same thing over and over and over and over again, like, it's just gonna keep happening. Why keep it going?
I didn't do that. You were like, moo. I was like, that wasn't me.
Did you see it earlier when it was like
Yeah.
flickering but like slow? It was like
Wait,
on,
really?
off. Yeah, when you were.
It was, like,
I
super-
looked at Eddie and he didn't react. So I said, "Oh, I didn't see it either."
When it was just me and him last episode, we noticed everything. And it wasn't
Yeah.
just this, it was
It was
every light in the
Only when
room.
we were talking about the government.
Chinga, we
Listen, you better shut
I
up.
fucking set up
I
that,
did
took the
say
time to
my
set up
best
that
work
light, and I
today.
didn't even turn it on. I just noticed, like, oh, it's turned off. But,
That's a microphone.
I guess, it depends on, like, how long we've been together and what it was that happened.
Situational,
Because I'm not going to be
basically.
like, oh, they said this. Because I've said things I didn't mean in anger. Or, like, well,
But
not
how,
I
that-
didn't mean, because, like you said it because at some point you felt that way. But I said things that I regret, if that's a better way to put it, while I was angry. So now usually what I do is like, I'll if I can catch myself, I'll be like, hold on, I'm angry. Let me go take a breather. So when I calm down, I can come back and we can talk about this. But like,
Yeah, with dark jokes with Eddie, he's a 6-shooter. But if he's drunk, he'll let you have it. He has no filter.
or if I'm frustrated,
So
if I'm drunk or frustrated, I'll just be like, I don't give a fuck about your feelings.
No, me, honestly. It's... I'm working on it.
No, it depends on it depends on the person too. I'm not
It
gonna
really...
be like,
yeah.
like you and I,
No.
you and I grew up since we met. We've just been shitting on each other the entire
yeah,
fucking
that's half
time.
our relationship. The other half is finding out.
That's-
Like shit, I made him. I still remember the most I made him laugh one time. Was I called him a fuckface because he frustrated me. He's like, "Where's the water tower?" I'm like, it's the one right there. Which water tower are you talking about? Like the one right there, fuckface. And he's just bursting into tears laughing because I was just like so frustrated. I'm like, it's right in front of us. How do you not see it? But
Yeah, like, if I tell it to my brother this one time when we were going to HB, I'm like, here's your stupid fucking chips. I didn't sleep. He's like, you want to fight or what? It's a joke. Come on, man.
yeah, like with me and him, like that's all we do pretty much. And then you like get in the crossfire sometimes.
I'm just an innocent bystander and get caught in the fire.
But like with you, like I haven't known you guys nearly as long, so I'm not gonna be like as like.
I said,
But
Bro, I just met America and...
if anything,
I'm
we
in-
do it. If anything, we do it to one of each other to make the other laugh.
Yeah,
We don't actually
pretty
mean it.
much.
We're just trying to make the other laugh, and for some reason we
We're
laugh
so
at insults.
desensitized, It's funny. It's
Yeah.
funny.
You desensitize yourself and it becomes funny, but like if I'm like I don't think I've ever actually said anything like to like someone that I'm like to a girl that I'm dating. I don't think I've ever said anything like that.
So people do
Like, really bad.
deserve second chances or not?
If they say it to me, like I can give second chances, like, cause it's not a lot that really gets to me. These two know how to push my buttons, but and it's frustrating how well it works. Cause I was like, I know how to push their buttons, but then the reverse becomes true because now they know how to push mine, and I'm like, and then they don't do it nearly as often as I do it to them. But when they do, it's so fucking effective. I'm just like, they're like, we're fucking with you, Eddie, and I'm like, damn it.
I think I'm the opposite with relationships because I feel like if they did it once, they'll do it again. Things are always of habit.
Do you have a specific reason why you'll do it for friendships and not relationships?
Because I'm not. Because
friendships, they
if
don't
I
really
fuck
bother
somebody
me.
else, he's not gonna care.
Yeah, I'm not
He's
gonna
like,
give a shit
we're not
about-
doing it.
Such a guy thing to say.
I don't care if he hangs out with his other friends. you know?
Ah. You said he can
I'm
see
not
a
gonna
movie
be like-
without him.
Supper's cold. I'm not gonna be like that. I don't give a shit. But yeah, like with relationships, it's kind of different for me. Like I
So
register
the
that
consensus
as
is
habit.
yes, basically. People do deserve a second chance.
Well, I
For
don't
me,
know.
it's no.
Like one and done?
Yeah, it's one and done for me. Mainly because of my past relationships, they all cheated. So that's my go-to answer. It's never been something else.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't think we're talking about cheating specifically, because I'm in, like, to me, I've been cheated on. Cheating, like, it's one and done. You do it once.
That's the
you
yeah.
can get the
That,
fuck
that's
out.
the one
Yeah.
thing where
So
it's
I've
like
never been in that
nobody's
position.
blaming you for not
Yeah.
forgiving somebody for cheating.
But this is more like if they say
Anything.
something in
I
anger.
mean, cheating is involved in second chances, but the majority, I would say, everybody in this room is saying no to second chances to cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll lean towards that. Yeah.
Like cheating, no, but everything
behind
else, yes.
It all comes with an asterisk. It's a case by case thing because sometimes something can hit you worse than something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't come across anything like that.
And if you come up with other scenarios, I'd be happy to hear it and we can give our take on it.
Yeah,
Are you that
but yeah, it's. I'll just put an asterisk on it because I don't think, like, until you actually come to that situation, you don't know how you're really gonna feel about it. So until you actually come to that point, and I still think like, yeah, I'll be able to give a second chance because, well, I love this person presumably, and I have pretty thick
I
skin.
think I do.
Presumably, I probably would.
I was like, if we're fighting like this, like,
Ah.
it's just some random person I made a some random person I made a fucking J.C. Penney, and look at be like,
Yeah,
should
fuck
I
you,
give him a
lie.
second
You better
chance?
die, bro.
I meet him at
You
the
see
DMV,
Penny?
you know.
Yeah,
my
you. I know. He said.
oh shit, I forgot.
Dumb.
Been in your subconscious.
Dumb.
Are you gonna give me a second chance?
Give him a second
I'm gonna
chance.
give 30.
My thing is also though, like with friends, it's like, oh, we're never talking again. But if I love you, I'll be there until I physically cannot anymore. Until like I literally have to remove myself to like survive and be
Survive.
Okay.
Bro,
He had
okay,
he,
No, like okay, that's
It's like,
dramatic.
come on.
he put a
little
gun in my
bit.
head, but it wasn't loaded,
Not
so I
like
think it was
that,
okay.
not physically, but like when I literally can't go a day without like it messing with my like mental health.
Yeah,
Honestly, I have to
okay.
remove myself. But like, if you're my friend and you fuck up, I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like, tough. Never gonna talk
Bro,
to you again.
literally.
But if you're my boyfriend and I love you,
Amanda can cut off a friend like this.
Like,
she's like,
That shit
you
happened.
fucked up.
no,
bye.
like, yeah, I'm like, I don't have time for that. But it's like, I
Yeah.
don't know, because I think when you're like in love, shit can get clouded, misconstrued, and you can act a little crazy. But when you're a friend, you're my friend, and that's it.
That's
like,
why I
you're
say it.
not,
That's why I say like
there-
depending on
if
how
you
long.
fuck up once, then our
because
friendship
like you know
is
exactly what you're
continued,
doing. We're
yeah.
not in love. Like you're my friend. There's certain like a respect thing, so it's like I have no excuses to make for you when you're my friend.
That's why I say like depending on how long you've been together, how strong the relationship is, you can gain chances.
Dustin is like, get the fuck out.
It's always you, Dustin.
You guys can continue. I have to actually make a call right now real quick.
All right. Does it make a second chance?
Okay.
Yes. I need to make
She's
a
saying
second
sorry.
He's
I'm gonna
just-
say I'm sorry.
He's like, I've been thinking about it and I miss you.
What's wife?
Nah, he's probably like, are the kids asleep?
It's just-
He's like, sorry babe, we're almost done. We're about to wrap up. What do you need? You want me to grab you a slushie from the corner store?
Things- Oh man, I've gotten pretty close to his wife to the point where I was like, yeah, I see her like a sister, I see her like a brother. Oh no. But
Hold on.
but no, they're both Eric. We've been through a lot. His wife, like I've talked to her like through about so much. They're both great. I thought you were reaching for the shot.
I know,
glass.
she's like, get this.
I was like, there's like, what do you want to sip on? There's like
Nothing.
whatever the fuck that tequila is over there.
Hate tequila now.
I'm not in the right mindset.
You know, if I drink, I won't give a second chance. But I love him.
It's not for what's crazy for me. It's not even oh, but I love him. It's like oh, but he loves me.
Yeah.
So I need to give him another chance because he loves me.
But it sounds like the things that he's done. Does he really love you?
I mean, like at what point? Ooh, okay. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that.
I saw it. I saw myself. Anyways.
I'll zoom on it in post. But at what point does like, because I've always felt that somebody else's feelings aren't your responsibility.
For me, it's when ooh.
I mean, if you're,
Guys, it's when they're the type of person who like relies on you. Like, I don't even want to say emotionally, but like, they're the type of person who like other people decide their decisions, and that's 100% fine with them. They're like 100% fine with just like, whatever whatever you want to do, I'm happy with. Or like those type of people.
Yeah, I've met people like that. Hey, babe, can I buy these shoes? It's your money.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I need your...
I know, I'm like, oh, that's why I'm like, what do you want to do? Like, whatever you want to do. I'm like, I know it's whatever I want to do, but I'm asking you because I need help. I hate that. And I'm like, duh. I know it's whatever.
What do you want to
I
eat?
Like, badass.
I'm like, wherever you want to eat. Oh, here we go. You want to eat here? No.
No.
Oh, God.
Bust out the list. If it was a joint account, though, I feel like
Oh,
you need
not
both
even. I wouldn't even
approval.
get there.
I wouldn't
No.
get there.
Joint
No.
account? You're lying to me. No.
I got receipts. I know where you've been.
That's what I was talking about
We
today.
have mine. I'll buy you stuff. You can buy me
With
stuff. But
my-
you don't have to conjoin that.
My
And I
money.
know that's like conflicting opinions, but me, I won't be doing it.
That's a conversation I'd have to have with,
Said person.
yeah, like,
No.
when the time
I would
comes,
say-
if we ever have, if, like, the topic of joint accounts comes
For
up,
what?
I'll be
Like,
like,
you could have your own account, and then they're, you know, they have their own account.
Yes.
yeah,
You
leave this
also-
bitch away from my portfolio.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'll spend money on you. It's not about that. And like, treat yourself to whatever. I'm not gonna tell you what you're gonna spend your money on. But why do we what's
Why do we need to share?
I think what you said.
Do you have a joint account? Just tell me.
I do, yeah.
Oh.
No.
Hold
Yeah.
on. I think I remember you saying like you guys each have your own accounts, but
And a joint.
you'll put like a joint things into the joint account as an emergency fund.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes a lot of
Well, that's
sense.
Like,
just like
if
a
you're in a
savings
pinch,
account
you know?
then. That's just a savings account at that point.
A savings account that is in the savings
will
account.
accrue interest over time.
Way
So
too
that's
fucking
different.
long.
Yeah. So that's way different.
It used to be you can get
An
rich over
emergency
Well, I'm
chasing
just
fund is
saying
like
as
you can
if-
pull cash out
As
right
in,
away.
like, you're not sharing all funds, is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
you are both collectively working towards the same thing, which is saving in case.
You have a glorified piggy bank.
Yeah.
True.
I think that's a little different than having all funds in one account that is joint.
Oh
You
yeah,
know
that's ain't socialism.
Yeah, I like your
It's like,
your
partner,
solution.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that works really good.
That's not bad, though. I mean, if that's the case, yes. But all funds in one, like, no thanks.
No.
I just don't see the reason.
Yeah.
It's like you make your money.
Okay, what's the problem with that? Like, I'll still spend money on you, you can still spend money on me. If you want to borrow money, like...
I was saving up this money to buy groceries. What is with all these Legos? Like, what the fuck?
Why does this say Friend Walrus
Why did you go to
$500?
Target?
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
even for me, like, I'll go to Target and spend $200, like...
On
I don't want to spend other people's money as well. Like, it's not even just like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want you to spend my money. Like, I don't want to, like, spend all of your money just because I'm feeling crazy that day. Like, you know, it's not even just, like, don't come over here, like, spend my money. It's not like that. It's just, like, why don't we just worry about our own stuff? And then I don't feel bad if I spend all my money because it has nothing to do with you and it didn't put you in a situation. Or the same, vice versa.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd like us to maintain some sort of independence. Like the last thing I'd want is like whoever I end up with is to take away her sense of independence. Like she can do shit on her own. Be
Well,
like,
even that, I feel like I also just don't trust people. So it's like, well, say if you are cheating, something crazy, and we have a joint account, and say you run off and you take all of our money.
I'm a pretty trusting
What am
person.
I gonna do then? Now I'm paying for you in your new relationship.
You can go full on simp and be like, I was like, do you still want anything? Like, oh, you need
But
money
like,
for a
you
hotel
can still
room?
do that and like have your own money.
Oh, at what point do you cross from simp to cuck? He's like, can I watch?
No, we're not bringing up Will Smith at this time.
Oh, fucking.
Ooh, I just
I think.
those pics with Margot though, Margot Robbie,
Mhm.
oh my god, like I wish they were together.
I will.
Like
I
leave
will.
Jada already. What the fuck?
I think she's a. I didn't like what she said.
I watch her Red Table Talk and I do like the show, but she's like, you can tell she's toxic. Like,
I think she was
I
completely
got myself in
wrong.
an entanglement. Like, so you were cheating. Just say that.
Just so you're...
Just say that.
Yeah, it's like
Entanglement? You
what
can say
pisses me
that.
off is she got out of all of that completely scot free. Nobody tried to cancel her or anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
everybody else, like if Will Smith cheated on her, people would be like
What
fucking
the
pitchforks
fuck? Yeah,
and
yeah,
torches and shit. She was like, she just says entanglement, and people are like, oh, she's a strong
That's
woman.
cool,
Like, shut
yeah.
the fuck up, you cheating bitch.
I
Like
agree. I agree.
that really got to me, and I was like, why does she get out of this scot free? I'm like, I thought it was crazy.
I've never
And then
heard the hot.
that interview with Will Smith, I mean, as funny as hell as the memes are, that
was
was
hard to
really
watch.
sad. That was really hard to
You
watch.
can tell that he was like he really did it because he saw the bigger picture with them. It's not like because he was like, oh, I love you, that's why I'm gonna stay. He was just like, this is what you do.
It's sad because Will Smith has no talent. He just has hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like some people will act and like
They just
Leonardo,
have talent, they have
he
to
just
work
has
hard.
talent. But Will Smith, he doesn't have that. You know, and he worked his ass off for it.
Not to say Leonardo doesn't work his ass off, but
Because
Yeah.
more like
But
Yeah.
it's effortless.
Yeah,
No,
like
I
if you
understand.
read any of the other interviews, he couldn't like get down a line or anything, so he would practice every single day, every waking hour, till he got the lines right. To the point where
it did
he
work.
would read other people's lines, and you could see on what was that one, Fresh Prince,
Mhm.
that he would mouth other people's lines. Like you could see it.
I mean, it helps like when like say you're playing music. Like one thing I would like listen to, like back when I still remember that, or like choir. I listen to other people's parts, so that
You
way
were
like
choir?
to help me time. Yeah,
You can sing?
He's got an amazing voice. right?
No.
I'm not singing.
Does he actually?
Yeah, just no
oh
alcohol
my
involved.
God, Eddie!
Anyway, I would listen to other people's parts, so that way I could like it helped me time when my part comes up, and I feel like say Andrea's singing, and then like I'm like
That
mouthing
makes
out
sense.
yours, and I'm like that way I can keep the beat, the rhythm with yours, and then like okay, here's my point, boom, I start singing.
Yeah, then you deliver. 100%.
Yeah, I feel like
No, that
I
makes
feel like that's
sense.
what he's doing, but with lines.
Exactly, but like for him to develop that and be as rich and famous as he is, and then you see his sibling, like you see his
What?
look up. You see his daughter and his son.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
You see how they ended up, and then now
Ooh.
he's got the wife.
What do you mean
boy.
how they ended up?
They're whack. In other words.
Willow,
Yeah.
No, I disagree.
I haven't seen
They're
anything
living
bad
their
from.
lives.
I haven't seen anything bad from.
I like
Well,
both
not
of them,
straight
I'm
up.
not
I'm not gonna
gonna
say straight up bad, because Jaden, that's like the guy's name, right?
Mhm.
If he wants to dress how he wants to dress, who cares?
No, but he makes music. Have you heard his music?
No.
There you go. He makes music and it's pretty good.
I just saw the one movie they were both in, and I'm just
that
like,
was bad though. Even
Ooh,
Will Smith
yeah.
was like, that
Oh,
was the
was it-
one movie where I let, because he said he's all about hard work.
Something
And he
earned.
said that was the only movie where I let him do what he wanted to do and I didn't push him. And he was like, and it flopped. And he was like, and it killed me. Because for me, it's all about hard work. And like my kids were like dying and like,
I
we don't
felt
want to
that.
do this, we don't want to do this. And he was like, and I didn't do that and look what happened. And that was literally one of their Red Talk Table videos. So he knows that.
Yeah.
But that's because he let Jaden just be a kid rather than like be an actor.
And then the comet comes, and then everybody
I
dies.
didn't
That's
watch
the end of
that
the
movie, but
Like,
he's like, no.
great.
That was the only time that I'm like, okay, let me be a father instead of an actor. And he was saying, look what happened.
You see, and even then, he doesn't deserve any of that. You know, he decided to put his fame
He
and
gave second
career
chances.
aside and become like step in as the father figure.
Well, because his dad was never there. That's why.
And what do you call it? Monkey wrench thrown at him. His wife cheats on him. That's why I'm like, she wrong for that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Regardless of what, like, how the kids ended up, if they're successful, who cares what they're doing? If he's making music, if I don't like it, somebody does. Whatever,
A lot
who
of
cares?
people.
Like I said, I somehow I haven't come across it.
Nice.
Well, I mean, I listen to what I like. I like.
I'll send you some.
Okay, it's really hard for me
Well,
to
just
like.
so you know, like, what he's doing. Not
Yeah.
even to be like, oh, this is good, you should listen to
Okay,
it.
and then we can make fun of him in the next
Just to
one.
educate yourself. There you go.
Educate yourself first of all.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll listen to it. But
Even Willow. Do you like SZA? Do you know who SZA is? Oh. Wow.
dude, I listen to the like. Okay, I don't listen to what everybody else listens to nowadays.
SZA isn't everybody.
I don't fucking know.
SZA's like,
I don't know. You're
R&B
talking to
soul.
the Tony Hawk era.
Like-
I mean, I don't know.
Shit, I'm not even
I'll
listening to
listen to
that.
that.
Well, lately I've been listening to like 80s rock, like Motley Crue and fucking.
Motley Crue.
Black
That
Sabbath.
new movie that they made with Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
Whoever else.
Or like, if you really want to know what I listen to lately, I haven't met anybody that actually listens to this stuff. Look up Candy Rat Music. No one's gonna be.
I was like, Candy
I
Rat.
play Candy Crush, yeah.
No, fuck it.
Candy Shop?
Do you know Candy Kisses by America?
Oh.
Or Amanda Pettis?
My
Says America.
the cook was playing that today.
The cook?
I was like, yeah.
You don't know Candy Kisses? No way.
Dude, I'm old.
No, it's old. Like we used to listen to it for our middle school dances, and they would play that as the last song. And if you had a boo, you would go and like dance
No.
to that song.
Shit, for our middle school dancer, we used to like get bucks. Fucking Freaky League and shit. Ew.
Cringe.
It's a white
I
generation.
play-
Our
Yeah.
fucking generation, our
wanna
school
play,
was
but I don't wanna
pretty
play.
fucking ghetto.
No,
It's like everyone's
one of the
talking
best
about-
songs ever.
All the songs are about fucking and alcohol and drugs. They're
Dude,
like,
he was also
"Yeah."
playing the
You
one
hear
by
my head now.
Beyonce, the I Would Rather Go Blind.
Mm.
Homeboy was just back there
I like
laughing. I
He's
was
like
like,
obviously hurt. Yeah,
Well-
obviously just broke up with this miss.
It appears that this one kind of got away from us because it's already time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like we.
Is this a
blinked
good
and-
time to put the Spotify link? on?
Yeah, I completely forgot, and that's because when we started, I was like, "Hey, we finally got a good intro done." Like it was like we got everything in there. Nope, we completely forgot about our
Delete.
fuckers.
That's our Spotify listener.
We call our Spotify listeners the fuckers. I think you came up with
Me,
that.
I did. That's my thing. Hi, fuckers.
Here,
Hey-o.
I'll put the link up. Here we go. Where's the mouse? There you go.
Where's the mouth?
Text overlay.
There
Yay!
you go.
Come to Anchor. That's the platform we're on, or you could just look up With a Grain of Salt. We're like pretty close. I think the last time I looked it up, I put With a Grain of Salt. We were the first response, or like we're the first like entry that comes up.
I'm
Love
gonna check
that.
this
Go
out.
ahead and check it.
Congrats.
And it might just be because like I'm already subscribed to it on my personal. But
it's because I am.
He's
Let's
like,
see.
that's what they would pull up. She's like, no,
Uh,
not at all.
Nothing.
It's nothing too
not, not found.
Couldn't find
Mine
with
is
a grain of
spacious.
salt.
Wow!
No
Why
spaces.
fucking put a fucking?
She's like, why did you put spaces?
I didn't know.
Mad.
No.
Put podcast.
Ooh.
Wow, I'm getting called out here. Oh, one thing I found out recently that surprised me, and there's nothing wrong with this, but our audience on Spotify is 83% or 87% female. I was like, what?
Love that.
I was like, this isn't exactly...
What?
I just don't get signal.
What?
Oh, you fucking... You're making me... Here. Connect to the Wi-Fi.
I am on the Wi-Fi.
I feel like it's because we're all on the Wi-Fi.
have
I don't have.
Wi-Fi.
I do not have.
Oh
I
my
don't even
god.
have Spotify, Apple Music.
Well, check this out later. I'll check it out at home.
Apple Music?
Well, now I can't prove it on the
Don't
fucking
plug in
show.
Apple
Oh, I got it.
We could be on Apple Music eventually.
You
if
have an
somebody...
iPhone? You have an Apple Watch?
He has
You
an
don't have
iPhone.
Apple Music?
No, I don't.
Spotify's
But
there.
I'm not a fanboy, okay?
What?
I like the simplicity, that's it. Okay, can I say
You
that?
have Spotify?
No, I don't have Spotify.
Do you know Apple Music or Spotify?
No.
What do you have?
I have Pandora.
Oh!
And YouTube Music.
Pandora!
I only use Pandora to listen
What? I'm
to
old.
stand-up comedy.
I wouldn't even. Are you serious? I haven't listened to Pandora since like 12.
How old are you? Whoa.
It's like yesterday.
Okay, chill out, Eddie.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Remember, we're not experts in anything we talked about today, so take everything we said with a grain of salt. Again, thank you all so much for watching.
Oh, and happy Veterans Day for all the
Happy
Veterans Day
veterans.
for the veterans, yes. We'll see you guys next week. Good night, and take care.